When Lynn hits the water from up here, she'll be traveling close to 60 miles per hour. Another successful high dive for Lynn Fudge.
The ballistic recovery system is armed and ready for its first in-air test. A mid-air collision with another glider could cause a structural failure and mean disaster for the pilot. If the system works, the pilot and glider would be carried safely to the ground by the parachute. Rob will cut the chute away in the air after the test so that he can do a few wingovers before he lands. The parachute deploys successfully. Rob lets off smoke flares for effect. Now to release that parachute. But it looks like it's too late. Whoa! Into a nose-down fall. A steep, almost 160-degree wingover. And another bank. Now to set up a landing approach. And we're okay. Well, that certainly was exciting enough. Thanks to Rob's skill, he's safe.
Light the torch, Dutch says. All right, about set now. The torch to the walls. That is hot. There's the back of Dutch. There he goes. 25, 30, 40, 45. Picking up to 60 as he hits the wall of flame. Watch it. There. Second. Now, let's slow down the camera so you can see it. Here he comes through slow motion. Watch. Notice it? See those 2x4s? Those timbers? Wow. Release the brake. Fire the rocket. Wow, we've got to see that again.
On the platform, Dan makes his final adjustments. He takes his time because one small mistake may be his last. Bill sends the torch up the wire. Ignition. The flames spread like wildfire over his body. Nothing stands between Dan and terrible burns except his thin cotton suit. He's an inferno now. His hands protect his face from the heat, so he's diving blind. Finally, he makes his move. A flaming star. The fire's out, but was it in time? And out he comes, unscathed.
Nervous?
Nah.
Now, Dennis Frazzoli and the Tower of Death.
How does it feel? All right.
This stunt is so hazardous, the Guinness Book of World Records has refused to recognize Dennis. They say the ride is too dangerous, since no safety equipment is used.
Watch out for that tailwind now. That's it. Take it easy. Take it easy. You can start your turn now. Come on. That's it. And watch out for that wind. Okay, easy does it. Come on. Good show. Keep going. Keep going now. Just watch out for that tailwind. That's it. Keep it going. Beautiful.
Dennis
Keep
will
it
now
going.
guide the unicycle through a slalom course of 8 markers.
Stay away from it.
1,
Good.
2,
You've got plenty of room. Really good. Dad,
3,
keep it going. Good.
4,
Keep it going. Steady. Okay.
5,
Some big ones now. That's it. It's over.
6, 7, and 8. It takes incredible balance, coordination, and sheer courage. And Dennis can't relax his concentration until he's safely back to the lift.
All right.
Phew!
Dave just isn't a guy who spends his time hanging around. He has a degree in English, and his hobbies are photography, music, and theatrical lighting. The thrills of the trapeze bar, however, far exceed those of the classroom. Now for the real challenge. Dave will hang by his toes. Remember, there's no safety net, nothing holding him in place except his own strength. The wind and vibrations from the helicopter make this act 100 times more dangerous than it would be in a circus tent. And look at that! A toe hang 100 feet above the ground. An amazing, death-defying feat.
Hal Needham, the villain, is wearing a parachute. Cliff Rose, our hero, is not. All the odds are against him. Cliff Rose has actually made 42 Batman jumps. He's dropped from a low-flying plane into a plowed field without a parachute, but never before from 2,000 feet in the air. One man on a parachute, the other clinging to him for life. And still the fight goes on. Not all according to plan. Cliff Rose had hoped to drop off at 50 feet into the water, but tricky winds made it impossible. So into the drink together.
The cable is only 2 inches in diameter and covered with grease.
Sometimes, like in Rio de Janeiro, I had to clean the grease off the cable, but like in Japan, where it was very cold climate, the grease acted as more of a tarry substance. The particular type of grease that I use is very, very gummy and very tarry, so that it provides traction. I could walk maybe 500-600 feet before I had to sit down and put more grease on my feet. 2 days before I did the walk, a big hurricane came off of the ocean, and so the winds would be whirling and twisting. And then as I got up to the first mountain peak, it was more of a straight-on, hard blowing wind, and then as I walked out into the middle of the second section, the winds would hit the bluffs, and so I'd have updrafts and downdrafts, and then not only counting the helicopter overhead and the big funnel of wind that hits you. It was quite an experience.
So far, so good. But ahead of you now, the most dangerous stunt of them all, the swivel neck spin, where if one of the steel clamps attached to the leather neck pieces should break, you could be sent flying into space.
Yes, Rita Ramirez, as your partner said, there's a first time for everything. But now you know what it's like to be a sky skater.